Guys, let's talk some quick game today. I'm not going to do all the routes right now, and I'm not even going to do these three in one set. I'm going to break them down. I'm going to do all stops first. We'll kind of go through. Should get through the quick game and start into the 90s stuff this week. I want to get it shared with you. Remember, this will be in your Google Classroom. Look in your email. I've invited you to that. It'll also be on the Sports U page. If you're not on Sports U, then go to Google Class on the stream. Right there when you open it, there's the link and how to get in Sports U. So it's pretty cool. Coach Fuller's sharing workouts and some motivational things, and Coach Wren has put some track stuff there. There's just some things that we can do to kind of stay in touch with each other, kind of like Facebook, but with a little bit of sports flair. So get on it. Let's go. All right, I'm going to go straight into all stops. So yesterday we looked at formations. Shouldn't have been anything there that was super confusing. But I want to make sure that we're good with our quick game stuff and what our rules are. So I'm going to try to go through this quickly. And again, things can kind of change as we do this, but this is basically how we start. Now, I didn't do a great job drawing these. I do better towards the end. I should have expanded this first one a little bit. Let's talk about alignment. Outside receivers, we talked a little bit yesterday about. Very rarely are you going to be top of the numbers and then towards the hash. We want you top of the numbers to bottom of the numbers and wider as best you can. If you're running an out or an out breaking route, sometimes you do have to scoot in. If you're close, if the ball's on the boundary near you, sometimes you just have to play with that a little bit. But especially on stops, we want really, really good spacing. So we're bottom of the numbers, if not a little bit wider. Inside receiver, you are splitting the difference between the tackle and the outside receiver, but you're a yard, maybe even two, closer to the outside receiver. All right. What I've got drawn here is ace all stops. A little bit tough to see, but you should be able to zoom in and see that. It's just a 5-yard stop. And I don't want to overcoach it, but there are some coaching points here that we got to make sure that we do. First of all, we don't just run ace all stops a whole lot. It is something, as we get into talking about how we do RPOs, we will tag stops as RPOs some. But your break, when you do a 5-yard stop, is 5 yards from the line of scrimmage, all right? So you slot receiver, the H, and the Z that's off into ace. It's really going to be a 6-yard route. I want you guys 1 yard off the line of scrimmage. That makes it legal formation. But everybody should be stopping 5 yards from the football or where the ball is snapped from. That does not mean the next whole number white line, right? And we deal with that in practice quite a bit. Make sure we're getting there. Okay, and we're all stopping at that same level. Should be happening at the same time, all right? The way that we're going to stop, and I can't really show you the footwork here. I can, but you don't want me to, all right? When you're doing this, you're going to get a break step and then a stick, okay, or your stop foot. So that's going to be the foot that's away from the quarterback. We call that your outside foot. So your outside foot is your stop foot. I call it a stick foot. I don't want to get that confused here with you thinking that the route is stick, because that's a route as well. So we're going to use our break step, which is our inside foot, and our stop foot, okay? So that's how it's got to go. You got to be full speed for 5 yards. Obviously, you're coming off the ball, watching that ball get snapped, coming off the ball, looking at the DB or scanning the defense. Your eyes are up. We don't want to be looking down at our feet, all right? As I go to put on the brakes, I only need 2 steps. I need to break, stop, and then I snap my eyes to the quarterback. That's pivotal. If you start looking early, especially in a defense that's reading your eyes, playing any sort of loose man or tight man, stops aren't great against tight man, but if it's loose man and you turn and look for the ball, they're coming. Now everybody's like, well, then we can run, stop, and go. And absolutely that's something that we would want to be able to do. But in terms of being just really crisp with this route, it's a break step, it's a stick foot, and snap eyes to the quarterback. Don't snap your eyes too early. Get your eyes to the quarterback. Quarterback, it is freaking figure out where you want to go with the ball and rip it. You're looking for the best spacing or the best matchup is pretty much how that works. But you just got to get that ball out right now. Get a step, get it out of your hand. All right? Snap eyes to quarterback after your stop step or your stick foot. That is a big deal. Big coaching point here. And then, of course, we turn inside. We turn towards the quarterback. If I'm a Y or a Z, I'm turning back to the inside. I would be sticking my right foot and looking at the quarterback, snapping eyes inside. In ace, my X and my H, our break step is a right foot. The stop step is left foot. Snap eyes back inside, which would be to the right. So stick that left foot, snap eyes inside. Obviously, hands up. We push hands away from our body. Remember, we make the noose. There it is. Hands away from your body. Don't catch it in here tight. We don't want to get in any of this. Those balls start getting ricocheted. Push your hands away from your body. You can see it. That thing's coming in. I can see the point of that ball as I watch it hit right in there. All those nice spirals those quarterbacks are throwing. All right. Over here, I just did a 5-wide variation. Remember yesterday we talked about some formations, and right here we've got over hip. So over tells the X, H, and Y. We're going to be on the left side. Hip tells the back. He's going to be inside on the right. Since it's over hip, there's only 2 of them over here. Now, when we do all stops, big point, coaching point here, in trips, like early and over all stops, we will run, okay? Trip side, we have to scoot out, okay? We're going to get some outside linebackers that try to play 2 routes here. So we want to take, and we want to be almost out to the sideline. I'd say a couple of yards from the sideline on that. So that's going to scoot our H and our Y out. We've got to have good spacing there. Great 7-on-7 route if we see some sort of zone defense, okay? Stuff that's really, really good. Steps here are fine. Backs, you see that when we're in over hip and we call all stops, you're running a stop as well. If we were to call ace all stops back over here, you'd have a check down. We will probably be running a run play and then have an RPO off of that. So that's probably what you're going to be doing, okay? Really good play. When you see zone coverage, any sort of loose coverage, even loose man, it's okay, but it's got to happen quick, okay? Get into that break, get that break foot, snap that stick foot down, and get your eyes to the quarterback. I'll share some stuff later. You can see I'll get into HBO and to bolt a little bit. That's a good old start right there. All stops. Appreciate it, guys.